chapter 54. The chapter of the moon, containing 55 verses, written at Mecca. In the name of God, gracious and merciful, the day of judgment approacheth. The moon was divided into 2 parts. Nevertheless, misbelievers believe not miracles when they see them. They say that this is magic. They lie. Well, it relates to the art and science of religion, but it's not the same as Sarah. And follow but their passion. But all is written, the history of past ages, full of salutary counsels, was preached to them. Nevertheless, preachers were to them unprofitable. Depart thou far from them, when they shall be called to the universal judgment, which they will not believe. That day shall their eyes be troubled with fear. They shall come out of the earth, dispersed like frightened grasshoppers. And they shall flock to him that shall summon them to judgment, and shall say, Behold, here a day unhappy for the wicked. And the people heretofore belied Noah and said that he was possessed of the devil. Noah exhorted them and invoked his Lord. In the end he said that his strength was gone and that he was overcome through the malice of men. Then he was powerfully succored. We opened the gates of the heavens and caused an extraordinary rain to fall. We caused fountains to issue forth from under the earth. The water of heaven and earth were gathered together and overwhelmed the misbelievers because of their sins. We saved Noah in the ark, well pent and chalked. It floated upon the waters through our permission. Well pinned and cocked, it flowed upon the waters through our permission to serve for a token of our omnipotency. Will any of the misbelievers of this time consider this? Will they consider the punishment of their crimes and the pains of hell? We have made Al-Quran easy to be understood. Will there be any that study it? The wicked that traduced, awed, were chastised, but with what chastisement? We sent against them an impetuous wind in a day to them unfortunate, that caused men to fall like palms rooted up. Consider what was their punishment. We have rendered Al-Quran intelligible. Will there be anyone that will study it? Tamad and his people traduced the prophets and contemned their exhortations. They said, there is a man among us who would seduce us from the right way. If you follow him, he will lead you into hell. Was he alone elected among us to receive the inspirations of God? No, he is an impostor. But in the end they knew them that were wicked and liars. We sent the camel to prove the misbelievers. And their prophet observed what they did and was patient. The water was divided for them and for the camel. Each at his day found to drink. Nevertheless, they called their companions and slew the camel of Saleh. But in what manner were they chastised? I darted thunder against them, which made them dry as chaff. We have made Al-Quran easy to be understood. Will there be any to study it? Lot's citizens traduced him and despised his instructions. We sent against them an hot wind with burning stones that destroyed them, and we in the morning saved Lot with his family through our special grace, and thus do I recompense them that acknowledge my benefits. Lot had preached to them the pains of hell. We surprised them when they disputed against his exhortations. They saw his guest enter into the city in the figure of men. We blinded their sight and said, Taste, O ye wicked, the punishment of your crimes. In the morning they were chastised with perpetual chastisement, because they despised the words of Lot. We have made Al-Quran intelligible. Will there be any that will study it? Certainly the men of Pharaoh were preached unto. They would not obey my law and despised my miracles, but we surprised them in their sins. Are the misbelievers that are among you of more value than those that preceded them? Find ye any salvation for them in the scripture? Will they say they shall obtain victory over the believers? On the contrary, they are vanquished and turn the back. Certainly the hour of their punishment shall speedily come. Their time approacheth, and their pain in hell shall be greater than that of the earth. They are wholly seduced from the way of salvation, and shall be dragged and cast headlong into eternal flames. We have created all things by our sole power. We spoke but one word in the twinkling of an eye. The thing that was, we heretofore destroyed a great number of misbelievers like unto them. Will there be any that considereth it? All the good and the evil that they have done is exactly written. The righteous shall dwell in pleasant gardens. They shall drink in eternal rivers. They shall not speak a lie in their assemblies, and shall dwell eternally near to the most majestic and omnipotent God. And so, an important thing is what is meant to be one, and how do we learn the lessons of divisions that we witness or hear about. Now, when people are supposed to be one, that doesn't mean that they don't have different psychological types, that they don't have different material culture, but you can have a believing community with those differences that stays united.